Hello everyone, this is video number 4 from lesson number 14, Chemical Effects of Electric Current. In the previous video, we have studied about electrolysis or hydrolysis, how an electrolyte splits when electric current is passed through it, and how a chemical effect is produced by electricity. We have also studied about the experiment where we have seen color change due to chemical effect of the electric current. Now in that video only we discussed the different uses of electrolysis or electroplating. So in this video we will start what is electroplating, the process, and what are the different uses of electroplating. Okay, you might have observed your old bicycle or a handle, they got rusted between a shiny surface. Now if you scratch the shiny part, you will see there is another metal under the coating. This coating is applied through the process of electroplating. So what is electroplating? It is the process of depositing a thin layer of a superior metal, you can say a shiny metal which do not get rusted, over an object of inferior metal like iron, which may get rusted, which is not that shiny in appearance, with the passage of electricity, is called electroplating. So let's see the process in detail. Electroplating is basically done to give a shiny look to the object, to prevent it from rusting and to increase its life. So the basic setup for doing electroplating is in the slide. We take the anode. I hope you all remember anode. Anode is the electrode which is connected to positive terminal of the battery. Anode is taken, the metal to be used for coating, and cathode, the object to be electroplated. Okay, suppose I have to electroplate this spoon, so it has to be attached to the cathode, and whichever coating I want. If I want a copper coating on this iron spoon, then I will use iron as the spoon here, and copper will be connected to the anode. And I have to take an electrolyte, the solution of soluble salt of the metal to be deposited. If I want to deposit copper, then I will take electrolyte which is having copper in it. If I want to use coating of silver, then I have to use the electrolyte which is containing silver in it. So this is the basic setup for the process of electroplating. Let's see, if I have to electroplate a metal with copper, then I am taking electrolyte as copper sulfate. Metal which has to be electroplated is kept at cathode, and metal for desired coating means I am wanting to coat with copper, so I am placing it at anode. Let's see, it will be something like this. Copper sulfate has been taken here as electrolyte, copper attached to anode, and metal who has to be coated is taken as cathode. So what will happen? When electric current is passed through the solution, then this electrolyte will split as copper plus 2 ions and sulfate ions. Okay, and these copper ions, plus ions are there, they are cations, so they will move towards cathode and they will get reduced to copper metal, and this metal gets electroplated on the metal sheet where we have taken on the cathode. Okay, and the sulfate ions, they move towards anode, towards the positive terminal, and anode will have copper metal because anode is made up of copper only. So what it will do, the solution, the copper ions, they will get oxidized, copper metal will get oxidized to copper ions, and these copper ions will go to the solution. So as a result, what will happen? At anode, the concentration of copper plus ions will be maintained. Okay, at cathode, copper ion plus 2 electrons, it will change into copper metal. At anode, copper metal is being taken, it is getting reduced to copper ions plus 2 electrons will be there. In this way, coating is done. So This is another slide. Here it is showing you a silver spoon is there, and if I want to coat it with a gold, then gold has been taken as anode and silver has been taken as cathode, and we need an electrolyte of gold only. Gold chloride has been taken. Similarly, one more example, if I have to coat the spoon with silver, then silver electrolyte will be taken. Silver will be taken as anode, and the spoon or the material that has to be coated will be taken as cathode. Next, what are the different advantages of electroplating? Now, electroplating is very useful process that is used in different industries. It is done to have anti-reactive coating on the parts of machine so that they do not react with the materials. Anti-corrosive also, to protect it from getting corroded. Particularly iron objects are made electroplated with some superior metal so that iron can be protected from rusting. It is also used in heat resistive coating for parts like broilers so that they can resist the heat and do not get spoiled by it. Okay. So these are the different advantages of electroplating to make the material anti-reactive, anti-corrosive and heat resistive. For these processes, this electroplating is used in different industries. Now let's see what are the different types of electroplating. Chrome plating, where chromium metal is used. For copper, copper metal is being used. Brass plating is done, brass is in alloy, and tin plating has been done. Several other electroplating can be of gold electroplating, it can be silver electroplating. Okay, gold and silver electroplating, they are very cost effective to make jewelry out of that, because they will give the resemblance of gold and silver jewelry, but actually they are just having the thin layer of gold and silver. Chromium plating you might have seen in tap, in the kitchen stove, in car grills, wheels, rim, bicycle handles and bicycle bell. So from inside it is made up of iron, but it is just having a thin layer of chromium which is protecting it from getting rusted, giving it a lustrous look and a shiny look also. Okay, but there are certain hazards which are related to electroplating. We are using nickel, chromium for electroplating, and these are harmful. They can damage the kidney, liver, and some part they are also increasing the environment pollution also. So for these reasons, they are regarded, electroplating process has been regarded as a hazard to the environment. So care should be taken that proper handling of material and recycling methods are used so that it is not harming the environment, and the recovered materials can be used again so that they are reducing the consumption in these industries. So these cares should be taken to make the environment free from these pollutants. So this video completes your lesson number 14. Thank you.